My name's Simon Lane. I'm the Executive Director for Lotus Advanced Performance, the special operations house within Lotus. We look after all of the special vehicles within the company, including the Evija hypercar, our flagship, which is behind me. This particular car is very special. It's one of 8 that we've built alongside our colleagues in Classic Team Lotus to celebrate the Type 72 Formula One car and Emerson Fittipaldi F1 World Champion. So Evija was conceived when our new shareholders Geely bought into Lotus back in 2017 as the first in a new generation of Lotus cars. Lotus is transitioning into the EV world, and the company wanted to build a flagship halo product that really demonstrated Lotus as a new dawn, a new future. So Evija actually means firstborn, and actually if you read the logo on the number plate backwards, it spells alive. Yeah, it really was a landmark car for the company, a complete change in direction from where we were with internal combustion engines, and it is one of the most powerful cars in the world. In fact, currently it is the most powerful production car in the world, 2011 horsepower. So it has incredible straight line performance, 0 to 300 kilometers an hour in 9.9 seconds, and on up to a top speed of 360 kilometers an hour. But that's not the main story of the car. The story of the car is all about its on-track performance. So it is a Lotus. We want it to drive like a Lotus, so it has incredible aerodynamics, led by our chief aerodynamicist, Richard Humbert. And the car's capable of generating 1,680 kilograms of aerodynamic downforce at top speed. So huge downforce. And we've engineered things like a hydraulic power steering system. So electronically controlled, but hydraulic, so you get the Lotus steering feel. And we have some of the best damping in the business with our partners Multimatic. The battery is unique to this car, been engineered with a company called Hyperbat, and it's a mid-mounted chest battery. So it's not an underfloor battery like you might be used to seeing some EVs. It sits directly behind the driver and passenger seats and mimics the position that you would find a V12 or a V10 in a conventional hypercar. So that's where a very significant portion of the weight is, and that gives us that incredible Lotus feel, the turn-in, that moment of inertia that you experience in a mid-engine car.
Seconds there, looks as though that is a pretty impressive performance. And we've got the Lotus Evija out on the track now as well. This is all electric as well, and let's see how this gets on, because this has massive power.
This car really was a signal, a statement of intent. This is where Lotus is going, and what you've seen since this car was announced is that we have started to roll out a completely new generation of Lotus cars, the Electra, the first hyper SUV, and then today here shown at Goodwood for the first time in public is the Evija, so the next step in our journey, and we'll be continuing that journey through to 2028 with more exciting products. We think where Lotus has been over the last 76 years. It's a company that's got a reputation for incredible engineering, innovation. The Type 72 Formula One car that's on the stand here as well, still today the most successful Formula One chassis ever, with innovative features for its time, like the first Formula One car to have side-mounted radiator pods and a proper front wing. That innovation and that ethos is still in the company, but we now have the investment behind us to deliver a completely new product portfolio and become a truly global brand and a global performance car company. And so you're seeing us expand our retailer network, engaging with new retail partners. We've opened brand centres around the world. So we have one in Piccadilly opposite the Ritz Hotel. We have one in Paris that we've opened recently, Oslo. So the brand is expanding. We're going into new markets. We're going into a new audience, people have never seen us before. So Evija, Lotus had never made a hypercar. And so you could kind of argue we've come from nowhere with one of the most powerful production cars in the world. And we've used all that amazing engineering know-how in Hethel in Norfolk to create one of the fastest cars in the world. So my favourite car here is the Type 72 Formula One car. I think it is one of the greatest Formula One cars ever, particularly in their black and gold livery. And the car that we have here is the actual car that Emerson won the British Grand Prix at Brands Hatch in 1972. It's chassis 72.5. And yeah, I've had the privilege of getting to know Emerson very well over the last 3 years, along with Clive Chapman. And watching Emerson drive it on the 50th anniversary of that victory was an incredibly emotional moment, actually, for all of us in the factory with his family. So yeah, very special connection, I think, for everyone that works at Lotus with that car. The Evija road car, yes, it's been setting some really fast times up the hill. So I think yesterday it went up in 52 seconds, which is the second fastest production car so far this weekend. And it's in qualifying now for the shootout tomorrow, and we'll see how it does.
Now, Gavan Kershaw, very experienced racer, a part of the Lotus manufacturer in terms of doing a lot of the development work, and he's in the Lotus Evija, the all-electric, very rapid. This has got 2,000 horsepower. He's done a good first stint, although the start didn't make the best of starts. I thought it might be a little quicker off the line. So again, I don't think it's going to be quite enough. It's over 50 seconds. Over the line goes Gavan, 51.6. That puts him third currently.